Good afternoon and welcome to Panorama from Sokoto Network Center. Today we look at the impact of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration on Sokoto State after 2 years in office. With us is the head of the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation to discuss key achievements, challenges and what lies ahead. I am Asmau Habibu Shagari. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu congratulated Vice President Kashim Shettima and other distinguished Nigerians on their conferment as fellows of the Nigerian Economic Society, recognizing their outstanding contribution to economic policy, research and development. President Tinubu notes that the conferment on Monday, September 8th, is a testament to their exemplary service, intellectual depth, and commitment to advancing Nigeria's socio-economic transformation. He commended Vice President Shettima for his visionary leadership, deep insights, and relentless dedication to implementing the administration's renewed hope agenda, particularly in driving inclusive growth, job creation, and sustainable development. In a statement signed by the Special Advisor to the President on Information and Strategy, Bayo Onanuga, the President equally applauds Dr. Iyabo Masha, renowned economist and director of the Intergovernmental Group of 24 on International Monetary Affairs and Development, G24, on the honor. Dr. Masha was a member of Nigeria's 8-person Presidential Economic Advisory Council 2019 to 2022, which directly advised President Muhammadu Buhari on economic policy. President Tinubu described their recognition as well-deserved and an inspiration to upcoming economists, researchers, and policy experts across the country. The President assured them of his administration's determination to collaborate with experts and institutions to deliver enduring growth and share opportunities for all Nigerians. Nigeria and dozens of other nations worldwide will witness a lunar eclipse this Sunday, the 7th of September 2025. The eclipse is expected to last approximately 83 minutes, which will start around 8 p.m. Nigeria time. Scientists stated that the eclipse will be observable across most of Africa, with some regions able to view the entire event. Countries including Nigeria, Ghana, Cameroon, Gabon, Equatorial Guinea, Benin, Togo, Niger, and Chad will experience the eclipse, though the westernmost part areas may miss parts of the early penumbral or partial phases due to the moon rising closer or during totality. Scientists confirm that a lunar eclipse is safe to view with the unaided eye. A total lunar eclipse occurs when the sun, earth, and moon are aligned in space, with earth in the middle casting its shadow on the moon. An international organized criminal group operating between Nigeria, UK, Brazil, Australia, and the United Arab Emirates has been smashed by operatives of the Nigeria Drugs Law Enforcement Agency. This follows a 2-week-long intelligence-led operation across parts of Lagos, which led to the arrest of the 3 leaders of the cartel after intercepting large consignment of cocaine concealed in textile materials and local charms going to Sydney, Australia, at the Murtala Muhammad International Airport, Ikeja, Lagos. A total of 200 bottles of codeine-based syrup were also discovered in a 40-feet container during a joint examination of the shipment by NDLEA officers and men of the Nigeria Customs and other security agencies at the West Africa Container Terminal Port Court Ports Complex, River State. The container had 22 cartons of ceramic sanitary waste used as cover for the codeine syrup with an estimated street value of over 1.1 billion naira. The federal government has unveiled an ambitious Nigeria post-harvest system transformation program to ensure a resilient, efficient, and inclusive post-harvest handling and storage system. Minister of Agriculture and Food Security, Abuja, said the initiative aligns with President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's renewed hope agenda to eradicate poverty, achieve food and nutrition, and promote economic growth. The minister announced this at the Nigeria Legacy Program organized by the Africa Food System Forum in partnership with the Alliance for a Green Revolution in Africa in Dakar, Senegal. He stated that the post-harvest program would focus on household storage technologies, community-level warehouses, cold rooms, and strategic national silos managed through public-private partnerships, among other initiatives. Kyari emphasized that the program will drive robust investment in the storage value chain, including processing, preservation, packaging, marketing, climate-smart metal silos, and cold rooms, among others. He added that the initiative would unlock private sector investment, strengthen market confidence, and expand storage infrastructure. The minister revealed that Nigeria loses an estimated 3.5 trillion naira annually due to post-harvest inefficiency, which largely affects smallholder farmers. Governor Bala Muhammad of Bauchi State has set up an interfaith peace-building committee to address the lingering conflict between farmers and herders in Bogoro and Tafawa Balewa local government areas of the state. The committee, comprising religious leaders and security agencies, is sensitizing public on the need for peaceful coexistence.
The Faith Committee, comprising religious leaders and security agencies, is aimed to work out modalities in propagating the gospel of unity and peaceful coexistence in Tafawa Balewa and Bogoro local government areas of Bauchi State. Inaugurating the committee, Governor Bala Mohammed restated his administration's commitment toward ensuring purposeful leadership that will bring about peace and development in the state.
I want to assure the citizens of the state that they are working very hard and continuously with the security agencies that are all here to contain every situation around the state. To build upon the efforts we are making, government found it expedient and timely to leverage on the influence and standing of our religious leaders to sensitize our citizens on the need for harmony.
Co-chairman of the committee, Imam Faizu Ado Musa and Reverend Father Vincent Vature, pledged their commitment for effective discharge of their responsibility in maintaining peace in the areas.
Christianity and Islam, they both preach peaceful coexistence. And we take it upon ourselves to see to it that we take this awareness and initiative to our followers.
The committee is to work with security agencies and other relevant stakeholders. In Bauchi, Awal Abdullahi, NTA News.
Years into President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration, voices from Sokoto are echoing the impact of government policies on everyday life. At a sensitization campaign in the state, citizens engaged officials of the Federal Ministry of Information and National Orientation, pledging support while reflecting on the dividends of democracy. Abdullahi Umar Ilelu has more.
The sensitization campaign was aimed at bringing government closer to the people, with emphasis on the role of citizens in driving progress. At a stakeholders engagement, community leaders, professionals and youth groups were briefed on the achievements of the Tinubu administration and encouraged to partner with government in sustaining development. A similar outreach took place at the Bafarawa Flyover Motor Park, where transport workers and commuters were engaged in conversations on governance and participation. Participants welcomed the initiative, describing it as timely and reassuring, while pledging support for efforts to improve lives and strengthen communities.
We are all drivers here. We have 100% rely on driving. So the construction of road from Elela to Badagry, actually we are very, very happy.
Agriculture is another important sector that has been touched by this administration. Nearly 100 billion naira of National Agriculture Fund has been created by this administration.
In Sokoto State University, we have joined the scheme in 2024-2025 4,905 students has benefited with the scheme. And we have gotten the sum of 225,540,700 naira from the scheme.
Number of communities have been restricted to farming, but today, significant number of communities get access to their farmland, and they are also working. This as part of what contribute to the reduction of price of the commodities.
The exercise in Sokoto underscored a simple truth. Progress thrives where government listens and citizens actively respond. From Sokoto, Abdullah Omar Ilalu, NTA News.
And now to our discussion segment, which is on achievements of President Tinubu in 2 years here in Sokoto. And I have with me in the studio Abubakar Abdul Qadir Sani, who is the acting head of Center, Federal Information Center here in Sokoto. Sir, you are welcome to Panorama this afternoon.
Welcome, thank you very much.
And as I have earlier on said, we are going to talk about President Tinubu's achievements in 2 years here in Sokoto so far. So we'd like to know how this most significant impact of the President's administration on Sokoto so far.
Thank you very much, Madam. And as you have seen that we have conducted a sensitization campaign and the town hall meeting, trying to pin out the achievements of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's administration in this 2-year term. As we have stated, that a lot of students in Sokoto have benefited from this NEL Fund program, which in the past, many of our children in Sokoto were not able to go far to the tertiary institutions to further their studies because of the economic challenges. But with this program, this loan scheme, a lot of students in Sokoto have now been enjoying that, and they are pursuing their tertiary institution activities smoothly. And as you can see that also there is an issue of agricultural factor in which fertilizer has been distributed. About 60 trucks of fertilizer has been distributed to farmers for free. And as well, another part of fertilizer has been given to farmers at a subsidized rate, like 40% subsidized to farmers to facilitate their agricultural activities. As you can see, that we also went to the motor park to also enlighten our people, considering their impact and their role in movement of goods and services from one place to another, which we have also enlightened them on the ongoing, the plug of the 1,068-kilometer road from Ilela to Badagry, which will actually bring a lot of development to the communities along the line and the people that are moving from one place to another. And you know, our people here are more into movement of perishable items, livestock from one part of the country to another. This will help them greatly. And you know, there is also another issue of infrastructure here, which is the issue of dualization of Sokoto-Zaria Road, which has been in the pipeline for quite long, but it's now Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration that's trying to bring that to reality. Yeah.
Okay, so with education being in the forefront of this administration, how is the 7 billion federal government's intervention transforming the education sector in the state?
So this 7 billion intervention fund is a collaboration with the state government, which is aimed at training teachers of primary and secondary school level. About 4,000 has been earmarked to be trained by both Shehu Shagari University of Education and the College of Education Sokoto. Each of them is being earmarked to train 2,000 teachers. Apart from that, there's also the issue of purchasing items and facilities and structures to improve on the teaching and learning process in the state. That is all it's part of this 7 billion collaboration with the state government.
Okay. To what extent is the NEL Fund loan scheme making a difference for students in Sokoto?
I would say that if you know, in the past, it has been a tradition here that greater number of students, when they finish their secondary school education, they find it extremely difficult to go to tertiary institutions. One, because of one challenge or the other, particularly because their parents or their guardians are of low income. They cannot afford to pay their school fees and their upkeep. But with this, you know, it has really helped. In fact, it has tripled the enrollment of students into tertiary institutions from the indigenes of Sokoto State. So you see, that one is a great achievement, and this will make the student to take this very, very important, because they know at the end of their program, they are actually going to pay the loan, but it's going to be an installment basis, on which the organization that employed them will pay the loan in an installment basis. So you see, it has really helped. If you have, like, for instance, 1,000 students in the last 2 or 3 or 4 years, now we have like 10,000 enrolling. So you see, it's a remarkable achievement.
Okay, so let's talk about agriculture now. What specific support has the administration provided to farmers to boost agriculture in the state?
I think I have mentioned that earlier, that about 60 trucks of trailers of fertilizer has been distributed to farmers. As you are all aware, in this conventional farming season, that is during rainy season, the most significant part of all that takes greater part of the resources in farming is the fertilizer. You don't pay for rain, and it's only to keep up the weeds and what have you. So the major thing that is actually hindering the progress of farming is sometimes fertilizer, which the federal government has given about 60 trucks to farmers in Sokoto State. As well, there is what do I call it? The seeds, improved seeds, also been distributed. About 12,800 bags of improved seeds have been distributed to farmers. This also go ahead in helping them in having a bumper harvest.
Oh, okay. Sir, I know you have so much to say, but I just want to ask you that, looking ahead, what more should the Sokoto people look for in terms of social and economic development? Briefly.
The goodwill that we expect the government to have, we have gotten it in Sokoto, and to continue to have that is that the federal government is willing to do more in all these areas to improve on the including government persons in its decisions making, in activities, in projects, and what have you, and the intervention programs. Yes.
Okay, so we thank you so much for having time to be on Panorama this afternoon.
You're most welcome.
I have been talking with Abubakar Abdul Qadir Sani, who is the acting head of Center, Federal Information Center, Sokoto. Governor Ahmad Aliyu has urged youths in Sokoto State to expose suspicious persons to security agencies, warning them against aiding or harboring bandits threatening peace in their communities. He made the appeal during condolence visits to Kwari and Godaba local government areas, where he sympathized with families of victims of recent attacks. Dalata Abdullahi reports.
Recently, in Kwari local government area, 22 persons were killed and 4 others injured in separate bandits' attacks. Similarly, in Godaba local government, 11 lives were lost, while another 11 sustained injuries. To cushion the pains of the victims' families, the Sokoto state government extended support, presenting each of the 33 bereaved families with 2 million naira and 5 bags of 50 kilograms of rice, while the 14 injured persons received 250,000 naira each and 3 bags of rice. Governor Ahmed Aliyu, while condoling with the victims' families, reaffirmed his administration's commitment to ending banditry. He He appealed to communities to combine prayers with vigilance by reporting all suspicious characters to security agencies.
As a government, we will continue to do our best to checkmate the activities of these criminals in our society. And I want to appeal to the residents to please intensify prayers for God to expose those behind banditry in our dear state.
The Deputy Speaker of the State House of Assembly, along with the Chairman of Kori and Godabawa local government areas, appreciated the government's intervention. The gesture not only eased the pain of loss, but also reinforced the government's resolve to restore lasting peace across Sokoto State. In Sokoto, Dalhatu Abdullahi, NTA News.
Nigerians have been urged to emulate the leadership qualities of the Sokoto Caliphate founders and the late Premier of Northern Nigeria, Sir Ahmadu Bello, foster peace, security, and socio-economic development. The call was made during a special prayer session for unity and peaceful coexistence at the Sheikh Usman bin Fodio Jumaat Mosque in Sokoto. Sadia Omardigi completes the report.
The prayer session organized by Islamic clerics brought together scholars and faithful at Sheikh Usman bin Fodio Jumaat Mosque in Sokoto. Prayers were offered for peace, security, and prosperity, as well as for contemporary leaders to govern with justice and the fear of Allah. Clerics also advised leaders to learn from the legacy of the founders of Sokoto Caliphate and Sir Ahmadu Bello Sardauna in addressing insecurity and socio-economic challenges.
These current leaders to make this effort, there is no doubt this effort is a gigantic one, and it has come at the right time.
The faithful commended governments at all levels for ongoing efforts to improve the lives of citizens. In Sokoto, Sadia Omardigi, NTA News.
And for stories from the sporting world, let's join our correspondent on Sports Update.
Nigerians have continued to react to the Super Eagles 2026 World Cup qualification campaign. The Godswill Akpabio Stadium was packed to capacity on Saturday as Nigeria edged Rwanda 1-0 in Uyo, keeping their slim hopes alive. Substitute Tolu Arokodare's crampy second-half finish proved decisive, sealing all 3 points for the Eagles. Despite the victory, Nigeria remains third in Group C, 6 points adrift of leader South Africa. The team now faces a crucial matchday 8 clash in Bloemfontein, a must-win if they are to stay in contention for a spot in next year's FIFA World Cup in the USA, Canada, and Mexico.
We are very, very happy. The Super Eagles, though we struggled in this game, but I want to give it to the keeper of the Amavobi of Rwanda.
But we know what Tolu Arokodare brings to this team. He has shown time after time since he made his debut that is Osimhen deputy, the physicality, the ball control.
We need to win all of our remaining games to qualify for the World Cup.
Still on football, Match Day 3 of the Nigerian Premier Football League (NPFL) lights up this Sunday with 10 fixtures across the country. In Bauchi, Wiki Tories welcome Abia Warriors, while Kano Pillars travel to face Katsina United. Enugu Rangers square off against Plateau United. The round is capped with a heavyweight tie as Eyimba goes head-to-head with Nasarawa United. To tennis, world number 1 Aryna Sabalenka overcame home favorite Amanda Anisimova to successfully defend her US Open title crown, clinching her first Grand Slam title of the year. In a clash of 2 of the game's heaviest hitters, Sabalenka stayed composed to seal a 6-3-7-6 victory. With Sport Update, Suleiman Musa, NTA News. NTA News.
And that is Panorama this afternoon. Thank you for staying tuned and enjoy the rest of the day.